Hello and welcome back to the channel, where today I want to talk about Snowfoam Lances. As you'll have seen in the title, I'm testing the new Duel Autocare Snowfoam Lance. Now, it's difficult to give a review on a Snowfoam Lance because lots of people are going to be asking the question, what's best? That's a really difficult question because best for you may not be what's best for me. So, is this the best Snowfoam Lance you can buy? Don't ask me that question because I cannot give you that definitive answer. All I can tell you is what's special about this lance, what makes it good, what makes it bad, anything I like or don't like about it. I'll show you some products running through it and I'll give you my thoughts. So what's interesting or different about this Snowfoam Lance compared to many others? Well, the first thing, I think it stands out here. It is one of the best looking Snowfoam Lances I have seen. Snowfoam Lances don't have any really special fancy colouring going on these days, so it's nice to see that they've injected a bit of personality here. That semi-translucent blue, you can see things behind it, you can see into the bottle there, along with the yellow contrast. It's really nice looking compared to, well, basic looking things like this. This is what you would expect to find for a wide bottle ones, otherwise you get the tall, narrow ones, but they're the same idea. It's all black plastic and white bottles. And here they've gone a little bit different color-wise. They've also got this really chunky nozzle up the top here. This can be adjusted to go in a flat, so you can change the angle. So it can go flat that way, horizontally. You can twist it to go vertically, up and down the way. That's not vertical, that's vertical. So you can change the angle of it. You can also use the end here to change the fan, the dispersal of the product. So it can be more of a jet or more of a wide fan. So you got that. You've also got your nozzle up top here, your knob here to change how much product goes through the lance. So technically speaking, you could fill this up with a litre of pure snow foam and just use this nozzle on top to determine how much you want to use. Or you can pre-mix it and set this to its most wide open. So there is that as well. Now, I should point out, price-wise, this is $35.99 for the quick release option. So it comes with a quick release attachment on there. If you already have a stubby gun, for example, you'll be quick release set up. Or if you've got a quick release adapter for your pressure washer, then $35.99, that's the cheapest you'll be able to buy it. If you want it for, I'll have to look at my notes here, the Karcher K series, the Karcher HD series, the Nilfisk Gurney, the Black & Decker, Lavor, or Bosch, if you need any of those particular adapters on here, then it'll cost you $38.99. All orders over £30 are free delivery, so you don't have any additional costs on top of that. So it's either $35.99 for the quick release or $38.99 for the models that I mentioned there, for the brands. So keep that in mind. So it's not the cheapest Snowfoam Lance in the world, but it's certainly not the most expensive either. A couple of things to point out about this as well. One is that you have a breather hole on the top. I will point that out in the video later. You'll see that. So there's a wee breather hole that stops there from a vacuum from creating inside the bottle. So it allows air to flow through and it stops any difficulty with the product going up the pipe. Speaking of the pipe, I will say this, is that it doesn't have any kind of filter on the end of the pickup pipe. It is just a plain old pickup pipe. There's nothing else there on the end of it to stop anything from going up there. So if you get any grit or dirt in your bottle, keep that in mind, that could affect the foam generation, because the little orifice that's in there, if that gets blocked by any kind of grit or dirt, then that's going to cause issues with water flowing through, with foam generation, with pressure and so on. So do keep that in mind. Now, I've got a selection of different products to run through this today. I've got a couple of different things. I've got some snow foam in the mix here. I also have an all-purpose cleaner of sorts, a citrus pre-cleaner that can be used through a Snowfoam Lance. I'll tell you all about which ones they are in the video. You'll get to see them running through this, as well as going through a couple of my other lances, so you can see the difference, if they have any kind of noticeable difference with how much foam is generated, how thick or how thin it is, and then we'll come back and talk about it after.
So here's an up-close look at the lance itself. Very nice looking with that translucent bottle. And there is the large adjuster there. This is very, very stiff. This takes a lot of effort to twist, but you can see it does change the angle of the nozzle. You can see my hands are shaking there. My hands are cold and I have a nerve issue with my right hand. There is the opening and closing of the orifice for the fan adjustment. There is the dilution adjustment nozzle there. I won't be touching that for this review. There's a little breather hole on the top. Keep in mind some product can fall out of there if you tip the lance upside down. And that's got the 1/4 inch quick release adapter already connected to it. And there's the pickup pipe. There's the bottle itself, a relatively wide nozzle. You can see there on the side of the bottle there are some measurements to allow you to measure product. However, it does only go up to 800 milliliters. The last 200 are not mentioned on the side of the bottle. Now this is MTS Snowfoam. MTS Snowfoam is a trade Snowfoam, so it's not one that's designed to be super duper thick for the average consumer. You can see there though, it gives a decent coverage. It is a relatively thin Snowfoam. It doesn't give the best thickness, but I thought this was a good place to start to get a baseline at least. And there I was changing the angle of the fan as well, just to show you what it looks like. And that's how much product it was using at full bore with just that one side. So I've come back this time to narrow down the angle and increase the amount of foam per square inch that's being applied. So you can see I'm trying to get it on the paint a bit thicker. But as you'll see with it running off the bottom, it is very watery, it is very runny. It is thinner Snowfoam, but this lance itself does not generate the most foam. Keep that in mind. If you like a watery foam or a thinner foam, this is decent. But to show a comparison, this is the MJJC Foam Cannon Pro Original version 1, and you can see that already there is a thicker foam there. You can see it's coming off the car more slowly. And to compare that again, I transferred the same solution into the Foam Cannon Pro version 2, and you can see it is much thicker again. So a thin Snowfoam can be transformed to a thicker one with the right foam lance. Remember, thick is only good if you like it that way. I'm not trying to say that thicker is better. This is a different product. This is from the Detail Kitchen. It's Palette Cleanser. It's their Snowfoam, which is well known for having a good cling time, a good dwell time. Something that can last on the car for quite a while. But you can see here, it is thinner through the dual foam lance. This lance is from Detailed Online. It's about £10 cheaper to buy. No frills, very basic, but it does create a thicker foam if that's something you are after. Remember, I am really trying to stress this. Thicker does not mean better. And this is with the MJJC Foam Cannon Pro version 1. And it is thicker again. So remember, this is only if you like that kind of thing. But let's be honest, this is fun. I do love playing with Snowfoam. And we're back to the dual cannon with the same product. And you can see here it does look like it's rinsing away Snowfoam that was already applied because it is more runny, more watery. You will get good coverage with this being wet, and you will get some soaking going on. That's another purpose of Snowfoam, is to soak the paint and the dirt and everything that's on there. Making it wet can help to soften and loosen some of the ingrained or dried on, stuck on dirt. This is Monster Shine. This is Shiny Garage Citrus Oil that I'm using in the lances. The first with the dual, now with the Detailed Online lance. You can see it's a bit thicker again there. And after 4 or 5 goings over with Snowfoam on the car, I can tell you this, it really was a contactless wash. I didn't need to wash the car afterwards. And that's all the foam that was left after probably 2 hours of testing many different products. I didn't want to bore you with them all, but I had to try and get rid of all this foam afterwards. Honestly, I really needed a cone and a flake.
So what's the verdict? Do I think it's a good Snowfoam Lance? Yes. That's fine. It works as a Snowfoam Lance should. It is not the thickest foam generating Snowfoam Lance there is. I have other Snowfoam Lances, as you've seen, which generate thicker foam. Now, not everybody likes thicker foam. Keep that in mind. When I tested out the MJJC version 2 Snowfoam Lance, the Foam Cannon Pro, well, that one really divided people. Some people said it was too thick and it would actually fall off quicker because it's very thick and clumpy, as opposed to thinner foam where it's going to spread better but maybe just run off at a steady pace and leave a covering on there. It's really up to you what you prefer. Like I said, if you want thicker, there is thicker. If you want better looking, this is one of the best looking. So keep all of that in mind. Make up your own mind what you think would be good for you. I said price-wise, $35.99 with the quick release there. Also, I mentioned the filter in the pickup pipe. Now, you'll get that on higher-end products, like on the MJJC Lance. Well, they mentioned this. I talked to them about this on the messages and said, you know, that's one thing I would have liked to see when it's coming to that price point. This is getting up there. £36 isn't cheap. Well, they did say that that's something they've had feedback on, and it's something they're looking at introducing as an option. So that may be a cost option, it may be a free option, I don't know. Make sure you go and check out the website, Duel Autocare. I'll leave a link down in the description below, but thank you very much to Duel Autocare for sending this over, for trying it out. I really appreciate that. If you have found this video useful or interesting, please go ahead and smash that like button. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and while you're there, make sure you ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next video uploads. In the meantime though, I have been Specky. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.